Hi everyone! So I'm a minute late because I've just walked in the house literally like 1 minute ago, and I was like, oh, my live's at 7. Hope I got caught at every single set of traffic lights on the way in. So isn't that just typical when you need to be somewhere? So yes, so I'm here, I'm on the live. Very disappointed that I was driving home, that there's lots of clouds out there, which means that we'll be able to see the partial eclipse tonight unless them clouds hurry up and go. I so wish it was in America right now because they're getting to see a total eclipse. It's like, oh my god, like, should we just fly to America now to see the total eclipse? Because I think we should. So I don't think we're going to get to see the partial eclipse tonight because it is quite cloudy out there. But I did see a rainbow on the way home when I was stuck in traffic, so there's always a silver lining, and it was that I seen a lovely rainbow after a very, very long day. So apologies for coming on 1 minute late. I am just going to go and share this over on my Facebook page now. But today's video is all about time. So the most common thing that I hear, God, what is the noise out of my computer then? The most common thing I hear is that I haven't got enough time. I haven't got time for that. I've got no time for that. I've got no time for me. And I wanted to kind of address that today and maybe help you find some extra time to be able to do these things. So that's what I wanted to come on to do today. If you hear like a little grumble, it's going to be my stomach, because I've just got in from covering a class and I am famished. So yeah, so if you hear a little like, it'll be my stomach. Feel free to come on to my house and make me some food because I'm starving. But anyway, yeah, so today is all about time. And it's about having time and making time for you. So I know that life can be hectic and people have got families, kids to look after, we've got to have a social life, we've got to work, and it's getting that work-life balance. And it can be hard, and it can be hard to find the time to, I don't know, like eat well, train, get into your fitness. Let me just share this. My computer's been really slow. So anyway, yeah, it can be hard to find time for you. It's find time to fit all these things in. You've got to think of the kids, you've got to think of like a partner, you've got to think of family, you've got to think of work, your lifestyle, then you've got to fit exercise in with it, then you've got to fit your food in, and you've got to prep your food, and you've got to eat your food, and it's just overwhelming. And I like to think of it like, I'm going to use my cup as an example to what I'm trying to say. So we want to forget about the stress type thing. So say this is a bucket. That's me, you see. This is your stress bucket, and every time you add something into it, it's a different stress. So, but stress isn't always bad. So we could say like, there's work, there's kids, there's family, there's lifestyle, there's home, there's, oh, got to go to the gym, so, oh, got to eat right, I've got to prep my food, I've got to get enough hours sleep, then I've got to do this. Oh yeah, and then I've got to do that, and then, oh, someone in the family wants me, and then I've got to go for food, and then the more you add into the stress bucket, the more it overfills. Now, not every stress is bad. We obviously need stress in the life. It's like our adrenaline and stuff, and not every stressor is bad. But the more stress you add into the body, the more you're not going to want to do something, and you're not going to make time for it. So we all get 24 hours in a day. Like, no one gets more than 24 hours, unless for anyone who wants to be a smarty out there, has travelled and then lost hours and gained them again. But I'm talking about in a general day, we all get 24 hours. And it's what we do with them 24 hours that matters. So you can take out whatever you sleep. So say like 7-8 hours sleep. So say we'll go for 8. So you take out 8 hours sleep, you've then got 16 hours left. Say you work for 8, you've got 8 hours left in the day. So there's 8 hours. So we've slept for 8, we've worked for 8. Say maybe an hour's commute, so then we've got 7 hours left. So here we are with 7 hours left. So what you do with that time you've got left, so you sleep, you go to work, and you commute. So say they've took up like, so we've got 7 hours left from, we're just going on examples. So I can guarantee that most people are going to spend probably a couple of hours on social media. Maybe a couple of hours a night sat in front of the soaps, which is nothing the matter with that. If you've had a long day at work and you sat in front of the soaps, getting the kids ready, bathing the kids, cooking the tea. Okay, so we've probably still got a few hours either side. So it's about prioritising your time. So you've got your priorities like sleep, family, kids and work. You've got them priorities, but I'm guaranteed that 4 or 5 priorities do not make up 24 hours in the day. So my top tips are things like, now this is easier obviously if you haven't got kids or you've got someone to look after the kids, is getting up like an hour earlier or getting up half an hour earlier and getting like a quick 20-minute workout in, or prepping your food for the day. The other one is going for a walk on your lunch, more time. Or instead of coming home and like sitting in front of the soaps, why not just record them, go to the gym and then watch them when you come in. It's all about priorities. When you're cooking your tea for that night, why not just make tomorrow's dinner, or make double the amount for your tea and then take it for tomorrow's dinner. Because while your tea is cooking, I stay at the oven because I'm obsessed with food. But while your evening meal is cooking, I'm guaranteed most people are probably just going to sit and watch the telly. Now I know that there's people that have got a lot more going on, but I'm just talking like, I'm just trying to generalise it here. So you could be prepping tomorrow's dinner. Like you might be tired, but say when the kids have gone to bed, if you have got kids, there's no harm in getting a half an hour workout in the house. You don't have to go to a fancy gym, you don't have to go to a crazy class if you can't get to one. Things can be done at home. You can either go on my YouTube channel, which I'll post below, or there's on YouTube there's hundreds of videos now you can do in the comfort of your own home. But we all get 24 hours, and now it's up to you how you prioritise your 24 hours. So why don't you get yourself a pen and paper and write down what you spend your hours on. So remember, time is money, so time is priceless, as in like once that time's gone, you're not getting it back. So it's what you do. So say like you want to say, right, I sleep for this many hours, I work for this many hours, and this is how many hours I commute, so this is how many hours I have left. And then working out with that how many hours you've got left, how you can prioritise them hours, like what you can do with them hours. So can you, instead of sitting on Facebook, because you know if you go on your phone, and we're all guilty of it, and we go, I'm just going to check Facebook, I'm just going to check Instagram or whatever, and you look up and an hour's gone, and you're watching a cat like licking like a dog or something, like, you know, something. I know it's like, it's humour and we're all allowed it and we're all human, but sit down and actually think, or like look one day and actually like bring yourself back. Like when you see, like, people sit on the couch and they'll be like flicking through the phone, and then they're like, I'm so tired, or I've got no energy. You could be working out at this time. So this isn't about me being, oh, you should be doing this and stuff, but it's about maybe giving some ideas for, like, if people who are watching now, if you struggle with time, comment and let me know, and comment why you struggle and what it is about time that you struggle. Like why do you find it hard to find time for these things? Because it is all about priorities at the end of the day. It's all good and well sitting there saying, I want to do this and I want to do that. But if you're not actually going to find and make the time for it, it's never going to happen, because it's just talk at the end of the day. So that's what you need to do. So it's about prioritising. So what I want you to do is to write down how many hours you sleep, write down how many hours you work, then you commute, and then obviously if you've got kids, things going on. But there's little things like set your alarm half an hour earlier and just do 15 minutes, or prep your food while you're cooking your tea tonight or another night. Make tomorrow's dinner, or at least have in your mind. Plus it helps you stay on track as well. You're less likely to go and grab some crap from the shop, you're less likely to not eat, or then just pick a chocolate bar up and then binge. It's all about like preparing and prioritising your time. And it sounds like really like, oh, whatever, I can't be bothered. But then if that'll always be the attitude, it'll always be can't be bothered, and you'll get can't be bothered results, and you'll have a can't be bothered life, and you'll stay in a can't be bothered state of being. But if you want to be happy and healthy and stress free, you've got to start like prioritising time. So that's what we need to do. And it's just not in the matter of coming in from work if you've had a long day and sitting in front of the soaps, but quite often people will sit in front of the soaps and then they'll have a cup of tea and then they'll have a few biscuits with that, and then or a glass of wine, some people. And you know, I'm not condoning anyone, and I'm not saying people can't do these things, but if on the other hand people are doing those things and they're doing that, but then they're complaining that they've never got time to eat well, and they've never got time to prep the food, and they've never got time to exercise, but they can sit for like 2 hours and watch soaps with a cup of tea and Dunkin' biscuits in. There is time There's always time, but you've got to make the time. And it's not about finding it and going, oh, well, I won't take my kids dancing then if you want me to exercise. That's not what it's about. It's about prioritising the time and finding. It doesn't have to be fancy gym sessions. It doesn't have to be taking hours out of your day. It can be a half an hour, 20-minute, half an hour exercise. It's about moving. It's about, even though exercise is like a stress on the body, it doesn't have to be a bad stress, and it's eliminating the negative stresses and putting some of the good ones in, and making your life more carefree. And it's just, people just say they've got no time all the time, but we've all got 24 hours. And as I said earlier, we probably sleep for about 7 hours of them. We work for 8. We commute maybe just, we'll say 1. There's 8 hours. There's 16 hours there. So what are we doing with the other 8? And I'm not having a go, and I'm not thinking, people say, oh, it's easy for you haven't got kids and stuff. Yeah, I know it is, but I work weird hours, and I've been out the house this morning. Like, I literally got in at 7 o'clock. Like, I left the house this morning like 9. I have been out all day teaching. I've not been home. I had Tupperwares full in my bag. I've taught like 4 classes, but I've prepped, and I prepped for that, and then you fit in between that. And no, lifestyles nowadays are not 9 to 5 and weekends off, and nothing's perfect in life, and I know that. And what it's finding out what works for you. So it might work for you that you get up an extra half an hour. It might work for you that you find a class in lunchtime around your workplace that you can go to because you can't get the kids' minds of a night. It might be that of a night, instead of sitting and watching the soaps, you give them a little record and then do your workout. It might be while you're cooking your tea that night, you make the next day's lunch, or you just make double the amount, put it in a Tupperware, and then it's the next day. It's about, if you do have to take the kids to activities and after school clubs, is there somewhere that you can go to a class for you as well? Or is the venue where you're taking them to, can you ask for the class to be set up for the parents? So while the kids are exercising, you're not just sat there, you're actually doing something productive with the time as well. Because them 24 hours we've got every day, once them hours have gone, you're not getting them back. And you get this one chance in this one life to be able to prioritise your time. And I'm not trying to sound all like hippie, cheesy and stuff like that, but it is. And sometimes it is a case of getting out of the funk and getting into a new routine. And if you normally get up at 7:30 every morning, and then you get up, you get a shower, you have your breakfast, and then you leave for work at, like, say, 8:15, how about getting up at 7 and doing something for half an hour? I can guarantee you're not going to like it at first. Nobody likes change, and habit change is like, it's just something that we have to deal with. But I can guarantee you, after a while, you're going to be more energetic. You're not going to be reaching for sugary snacks. You're not going to be reaching for the coffee, because you're going to have a natural energy. You're going to have a natural, like, flair for life as well. Or it's going for a walk on your lunch, even if you can't get to a gym or to a class, going for a walk after work. Even if it's on nice days, taking the kids to the park and then you're walking around, you're still moving. Exercise and health, it's all about movement. It's not about stressing about what the movement's going to be, or thinking, well, I can't get to the gym. Okay, we'll do something. Get the kids involved. Like, do something in the house. As I said, you're more than welcome to go onto my YouTube channel. I am going to post a link underneath here. I'll actually post it now. Oh, now if I spelled it right. I don't even know my own name. So I've just posted the link to my YouTube channel under here. So feel free to go and check that out at any time. It's got hundreds of videos on it. If you don't like any of my videos, feel free to go and check out someone else's videos. There's videos that you can do at home. It's 15-20 minutes. It's all about moving. It's not about spending hours and stressing yourself out about it. Recipes and food don't need to be crazy. Like, you could make, like, if you're making chicken and vegetables for your tea, just put an extra piece of chicken in and just do double the vegetables. Because at the end of the day, that's not any extra work that you're doing. That it doesn't have to be one day and you prep all the meals, although you can. Like, I know some people on a Sunday prep for the week, and that's amazing if you've got time to do that. But there's no fear of putting like 3 chicken breasts in and that's 3 days on the run. Or if you're making like a salad or a stir fry, just making like a couple of days worth and putting it in the fridge. Or just things like that. Everyone thinks it's really complicated, and to have more time and to do these things, it has to be like some crazy changing your life and reorganising the whole house and getting a new job and burning your bra and stuff like that. And that isn't what it's about. It's really coming back to basics and the simple things of getting up a little bit earlier, or, you know, going for that walk, or going to that class you keep promising yourself you're going to go to, because you've got to make time for you. Because at the end of the day, we are, as humans, we like to make time for other people. But if we're not functioning 100% as ourselves, and we're not living our lives 100%, then we can't be giving 100% to other people. If we haven't filled our own cup first, how can we fill anyone else's cup? So it's about time we started putting ourselves first, and it's not selfish. Anything with ish at the end belongs. So if you are English, you belong to England. So being selfish just means you belong to yourself. It's not selfish. Being selfish isn't about like, oh, I can't believe she's so selfish. It's not the negative side of things, it's the positive side of things. And it's putting yourself first and loving yourself enough to make time. It's like if you were going to go to the dentist or the doctors, you would make an appointment and you put that appointment in your diary, and then you turn up to the appointment. So you've got to start making appointments with yourself now. So saying to yourself, well, on a Monday night at say 6:30, I am going to do this, and I am going to turn up every Monday, and I'm not going to let myself down. I'm going to be accountable, and I'm going to turn up, and I'm going to do this at this time on this day. Soon it'll become a habit, and you'll get into a routine, and it'll be a new routine. On a Sunday at like 6 o'clock, the telly's rubbish, there's nothing on, I'm going to prep the next couple of days' meals. So I'm putting it in my diary, putting a reminder on your phone, make your buzz, set an alarm, something to remind you and to bring you back to now. Because we're so about what's going on then, or what's happened then. So we're all about like dwelling on what's happened, but then stressing and worrying about what's to come. When really, if we just brought ourselves back down to now, to the here and the present, and focused on now, that's sometimes all you need to do. So I really hope that this has been helpful today. And if anyone is watching it on the replay and you've got comments, feel free to throw them in. If you don't want to throw the comments in, feel free to message me anytime about this. But it's all about making time. So start writing down your times, how much you sleep for, how long you work, what your commute is, and then any other priorities. And then with the time you've got left, start scheduling that time out. Start handing the time out, but to yourself, making time for these things. And remember, it doesn't have to be stressful. It doesn't have to be something crazy. It doesn't have to be a big, massive commitment. It just has to be a few little changes, a few little tweaks here and there, just to make life happier, healthier, and better for you. So let's see. Don't think we're going to see this partial eclipse. I'm gutted. I love stuff like this. I'm such a nerd about like space and moons and or crystals and stuff, and I'm about. So if you are able to see, if you're watching this in America, or if you are anywhere where it's not cloudy and you're able to see the total or the partial eclipse, it's all about setting new intentions. So it's a new moon and a partial or total eclipse. So tonight, before you get into bed, or when you get into bed, I want everyone to set an intention. Start to manifest what you want. So set intentions, send something positive out to the universe. Start to like send out what you want to manifest it back. It's a time for new beginnings. It's a time for new starts, and it's a time for setting intentions and really focusing on what our desires are and what we want. So everyone tonight, that's what I want you to do. I want you to focus on your intentions. As we go into this new phase, to focus on what you want to manifest into your life and all the positive stuff that you want to do. So that's what I'd really love everyone to do tonight. So yeah, I'm going to go because I'm absolutely starving and my belly's really hurting. But I really hope this has been useful and that you've got something from it tonight. And if anyone's got any questions or comments, always feel free to get in touch. And I will see you next Monday with our next live. And next week I'm going to be talking about motivation. So join me next Monday at 7 o'clock again. I'm just checking because I've got clients till 6:30. So join me. Thank you so much, Jenny, for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you Thursday at class. Excited. I haven't got a migraine this week. Not yet anyway. So yeah, next week I'm going to be talking all about motivation at 7 o'clock next week, Sophia. I'm going to do these every Monday, and even though it's bank holiday, I know it's bank holiday next week. I might do it earlier actually, not sure yet. I'm going to do them every Monday in August because come September and I'm going to be going to college to do my level 4 in sports massage, so I will be out of action on a Monday night, but I'll move it to another night. So yeah, have a lovely Monday, whatever you're doing, guys. And remember, why not just make some food for tomorrow?